Yo guys, this is the third video of today's 4-video watch series thing, I guess, right? So, title of today's video is indeed Ultra Vegito learns the truth about Jiren and Belmod. So, last video, Jiren and Vegito, they were best buds, and they were all cool, and everything was nice, and the Beast Man, aka Topo, got absolutely crushed, but hey, whatever, I guess. And then he went ahead and trapped Jiren in the time chamber, basically saying another god that I was able to get rid of, right? So I'm not sure why. I mean, I guess he's probably going to use his help still in the future, but I mean, he basically did to Jiren what he himself went through. So I'm not sure if Jiren's going to be so ecstatic to help him after getting trapped in the time chamber, right? So we'll have to just see, right? But now I'm guessing he's gonna go ahead and go back to the past and find out what happened with Jiren and Belmod, right? Speaking of Tokyo Treat here, I've actually tried Tokyo Treat back in the past. Maybe a little bit of a plug, but on to the reaction.
So our story continues with Ultra Vegito having just blown up the Pyramid of Power, with Jiren still inside.
Okay, yeah, so he just blew up the Pyramid of Power.
For seemingly eternity. Okay. While Jiren, with his hands grabbing his skull intensely, panics in confusion and anger, yelling, "Son Goku, you treacherous animal! How? Why would you do this to me? I was on your side. I told you I would help. Why? Why not just kill me? Why trap me to a fate worse than death, Son Goku?"
Yeah.
While Ultra Vegito, still outside, then begins to stare into the center of his palm, as if he too cannot believe what evils his own hand was capable of, until finally letting out, "Sorry, Jiren, but in order for you to be of use to me in the final battle, I'm going to need you to become stronger than your wildest dreams. I know you have the potential, but 10 days is far from your true limits, warrior. What I have done will confuse you for some time.
I mean, you need rest.
But I know first.
You need rest while training.
And vengeance in one's heart can one truly become powerful. Use your hatred of me to get yourself to the next level.
How's he supposed to eat? Is there food in there? Like, what is happening?
To skyrocket myself to where I am now. You'll be safe inside there from even the eyes of Zeno and the Grand Priest for now, but not forever. So I'll see you soon, my friend." Revealing to us finally the true intention behind.
Okay, so that was his intentions, but still, like,
as finally, in the palm of Vegito's hand, it is revealed the summoning button that Jiren had given Vegito.
What makes him think Jiren is gonna sit here and be like, "Oh hey, Vegito, you trapped me in the time chamber, and now you need my help, so I'm gonna go ahead and help you, right? Yay!" Like, no, like that's not gonna happen. If it was me, I wouldn't be doing that, man.
And instantly mobilizes his angel staff as he simultaneously
I'll be furious.
Retrospectively,
Like,
Belmod, that craft.
I guess we'll just see, right?
How interesting that he was the one behind murdering Jiren's family.
Okay.
But why? Not like I can ask him now. Damn, Jiren was just a little too trigger happy with that Hakai. Must have picked that up from me. But not done yet with his contemplation, Vegito then looks up into the sky and continues. But I can't help but think there's something more to this story. His last words were, "Not all is how it may seem." And to be honest, though I've taken Topo's destruction energy, it hardly compares with that of a fully fledged destroyer.
Makes sense.
I want Belmod's energy, and I guess there's only one way to get it now.
Okay, so he's still gonna go after Belmod's energy.
Ultra
Okay.
Vegito then places his hand out to his right side and instantly opens up yet another portal, letting out If the Belmod of this timeline is gone, I'll just find another in a different one. Besides, I need my questions answered. And just like that, Ultra Vegito then slowly enters the portal and finally leaves. Eventually Vegito leaves the portal and lands on the ground with a quiet tap. On the other side, eventually Vegito leaves the portal and lands on the ground with a quiet tap. As he notices, expected, Vegito, always on guard, immediately begins observing his surroundings.
By the way, that was not me, guys. That was not me, I promise you. I know you guys heard that, right? That was not me.
Exactly. There doesn't seem to be anything around here but barren soil. Did I arrive too late, perhaps?
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, is that me? And I'm like, no, that's just the video. If you guys go and look at this video, trust me, you guys will hear the same thing. So.
Now we're talking. Would you look at that? This is where Jiren the Grey was born, huh? As over the cliff face, Vegito and ourselves are treated to a view of a primitive village on the ground, hidden amongst the mounds of dirt and few and far between vegetation. As Vegito continues, so I am on time. The village is intact, and so are its inhabitants.
Okay.
Now where is that damned clown? Meanwhile, down in the village, we see a number of adult warriors, each practicing and sparring with another, honing their skills, just as Jiren had described of his village and family back in the Tournament of Power. Yeah! But speaking of Jiren, we eventually do see our first sight of the little fighter, as he extends punches with vigor under the watchful eye of his master, Gichin. Standing tall, with his Namekian-like green skin, he raises his arm and shouts enthusiastically to Jiren. That's the way, young Jiren. Faster and faster. But do not forget to keep your guard up. As the prepubescent youngster looks back with a smile of admiration and responds, Yes, master. Got it. Ultra Vegito, in the meantime, watches on with a visible smile and his arms folded.
Oh, there's Genshin, huh? Genshin, I don't know. But that's his name. Okay.
Commenting. Oh, look how skinny Jiren used to be. Hard to believe that runt turned into the powerhouse I know now.
Exactly, a whole powerhouse. That's crazy.
Man is his so-called master. And he can't stop yapping about. Huh. I wonder how strong he is. But suddenly, before Vegito can enjoy any more of the scenes down below, Vegito senses the presence of an ominous evil energy and killing intent.
Okay.
Eventually,
that
Vegito
only he can sense, I'm assuming. I mean, even if the villagers sensed it, I mean, what are they gonna do? Alright.
What the hell is it? All I see is damn mountains. There you are. But eventually up in the sky, Vegito finds out exactly where the strange presence originates. And in the air is, of course, none other than Lord Belmod, god of Universe 11, cloaked up and hooded as if to hide his identity.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Giggling in the air as he says, So finally, the time has come, young man. Hopefully, you will thank me for this when you're older. But the ritual of the divine starts here. Universe 11 will finally have its
the ritual of the divine
to bring our mortal level to the very top. Remember this day well, young Jiren. As Vegito, realizing who the figure is, then grunts out, Just on time, aren't you, clown? Ritual? What is this makeup caked freak even saying?
Makeup caked freak.
Time to get some much needed answers.
Yeah, I just feel like he just looks like that, right? Like, is he really waking up, putting on clown makeup every day? Like, I don't think so.
Say your last words, Jiren. Godhood awaits you. He'll be saying goodbye to nobody, clown. Huh? But just as Belmod readied himself to slaughter Jiren's village, as he was supposed to in the original timeline, a rugged voice calls out from behind him. What on earth? Who could? And as the panicked god turns his head,
would Belmod really say what on earth? I mean, he would probably say, well, I don't know what he would say, because I don't know what any planets on Universe 11 is, but he wouldn't say what on earth, right? He would say what on something else. Alright. Am I crazy?
Perhaps not to us though, Ultra Vegito
I'm just saying.
Right behind Belmod, with curiously 2 fingers already on his forehead, readying an instant transmission as he lets out. Let's move a little away from here, shall we, Destroyer? I think you're one clown I don't trust to have around these kids. Where have you taken me? As Vegito then moves a short distance away from the village to the surprise of a furry creature watching on from behind. Invaders! As we are then treated to an image of a young Topo reacting in pure fear to the sudden arrival.
That's a young Topo right there?
Vegito and Belmod.
Okay, so Topo and Jiren were like in similar villages?
Because Ultra Vegito had met Topo in the future, he was then able to use instant transmission to travel straight to his location.
Oh wow, what?
These guys look like trouble. I must go get Mother. She'll deal with them. She'll deal true justice. As Topo then swiftly escapes with his tail between his legs.
Okay.
Belmod, though, who is both outraged and taken aback by this sudden stranger manhandling him, smacks Vegito's grip off himself before jumping back to gain some space. As he lands, he then yells out, "Who the hell are you? Do you have any idea the trouble you've just got yourself into? How dare you touch me with your filthy mortal hands?" While an unfazed and still smirking Vegito looks back, still holding his hand up from where he had grabbed Belmod just moments earlier, and replies, "Mortal? You know, I might have had some trouble figuring out your identity, but with that kind of addressing, you sound awfully like a god. I know that ridiculous paint on your face was a dead giveaway, but you wouldn't happen to be Lord Belmod, God of Destruction.
Alright, he's just playing with them, right?
What? How does this punk know who I am? And that we're in the 11th universe? Only one man here should know anything about that." Leaving Belmod in a slight state of panic, as he reveals at least one in this village would know this kind of information. But done with the games and theatrics, Belmod
why should
then
Genshin
opts
know
to
about
remove
that?
his now pointless disguise, throwing his robe
Maybe
to
they
his
know
right
each other?
and saying, "Alright, so you aren't as stupid as you look with that ridiculous hair. So, who are you supposed to be then? A warrior from Gichin's village? Or just one of his busboys? Though, you do seem a little too skilled for that." But Vegito, now sporting a more serious and focused look, hunches his head forward as he responds quickly, "No, I'm a friend of Jiren's, and I have a question for you, clown, that I was hoping you'd be able to answer for me. I just wanted to know, exactly why are you planning on murdering that young boy's entire village and master before his eyes while leaving him alive?" What the? The question, of course, leaves Belmod shocked once more, as he thinks instantly to himself, trying his hardest to not outwardly show it. This can't be! Knowing the face of this universe's god of destruction is one thing, but how could he possibly know the ritual plan?
Ritual plan? What ritual plan?
Knows of what I'm doing right now. I knew there was something off about this guy. Why? Why does this freak speak like he knows me so well, though? But the clown god soon then changes his look to a fake smile, trying his best to win the mental warfare as he calmly replies, "Haha, I have no idea what you're talking about, mortal. What a strange fantasy for such a lesser being to come up with. I didn't even know your minds could create such stories.
Okay.
But regardless, I will not be questioned by a lowly mortal. Prepare to be erased for wasting my time. Maybe if you can survive this, I might have some answers for you." And following this, continuing his confidence, Belmod then brings out 3
Prepared to be
cards,
erased, says
each
the clown.
surrounded in her
Okay.
Kai energy, and much like her leaves with her arrows,
A card
these
trick,
are
huh?
far
Let's
more
see, what is it gonna be?
dangerous than they seem. As Belmod lets out, pick a card, any card. One touch of these, and you disappear forever, young man. Let's hope for your sake, you're good at poker. As instantly, Belmod then tosses all 3 cards at once, leaving no angle to dodge whatsoever. Meanwhile though, as come to be expected of Ultra Vegito, he just stares down the attack without
I think he's an MUI right now. No, he's an Ultra Ego right now. Well, no, Ultra. He's in Ultra form. He's in the Ultra form.
Not like he would know how futile this is. And so
he's an Ultra Ego
remains
and
completely still
MUI, right?
as the Hakai cards reach within touching distance, despite his earlier experience with such a technique. But at the last second, in a display of perfect mastery of Ultra Instinct within his Ultra form, Vegito, almost in slow motion and with the slightest of movements, dodges every single card with the smallest margins for error, ultimately leading to a massive explosion on both sides.
Alright, Belmod, he survived, so you ready to give him some answers?
Across the emotionless Vegito, swaying his bangs in all directions.
We all know how Belmod's gonna react to this one, right?
Guess I'm better at card games than I thought, clown. And here I thought, the house always wins. What in the name of Zeno? Preposterous! No mortal from this planet should be able to move like that! Leaving Belmod understandably gobsmacked, witnessing not only a destroyer's attack be dodged like child's play, but also through use of what seems a divine technique of the angels. Continuing his state of shock, Belmod begins uncontrollably stepping back slowly, until suddenly a lone stone on the ground appears right behind his heel unknowingly. Wait, what?
He's about to fall.
Causing the god to trip back and fall, seemingly too scared to even regain himself until... At the last second, a hand we know all too well appears from out of nowhere to grab Belmod by his destroyer garb collar, saying, "Don't worry, I've got you, Ronald McDonald. You're not going
I've got you, Ronald McDonald."
Soon as the scene zooms out, we see Ultra Vegito, now with half his shirt ripped from the explosions around
does
him.
Belmod know who Ronald McDonald is?
With
I mean, Ronald is probably his idol. Maybe he, I don't know. Alright, like, I'm not too sure.
He stares into the eyes of Belmod and says, "Listen, clown. I know even you're clever enough to know when you're utterly outclassed. Tell me the answers I desire, or die here and now. And trust me, there's no coming back from my idea of a death. You aren't the only one who possesses the power of Hakai." What? This mortal knows the abilities of the destroyers too? Leaving Belmod horrifically cornered, as he can't even call this stranger out on his bluff, given his earlier display of what was obviously Ultra Instinct, leading him to respond back, okay, relax. I'll tell you what you want to know, tough guy. Jeez, it's not like it's a secret anyway. Hardly more of a secret than knowing I'm the god of the 11th universe. Just let go of me, will you? And so Ultra Vegito then obliges, sensing that Belmod is as powerless
Finally,
as
I haven't sat
Timeline's
down in
version of
hours.
him. As Belmod, now dejected, then calmly sits
That's your
down
choice. You
with
could
his
easily
legs
sat
folded
down any
before
second.
beginning. Listen, I don't know who you are, but you're right. I did come here to kill off Jiren's village and family. But you should know, it was for good reason. For the good of this entire universe. As Belmod then looks into the distance and continues. Whoever you are though, it does seem you are familiar of the Destroyers. So I spare the intro to who we are.
Okay.
But we Destroyers, along with another set of gods in this universe, known as the Supreme Kais, maintain the mortal levels of our respective universes. The mortal level of a universe is affected by many variables. Sometimes that level is determined by the number of planets that exist, or the strength of its destroyer.
Okay.
But mainly, it is down to the overall life force and power levels of the beings that occupy it.
Alright.
Supreme Kais create life and watch over it for
So is it
millennia.
like the stronger
Only a destroyer can put the wheels of motion
the stronger
into
they are,
play
the higher the
to
mortal
create
level maybe? I
powerful
don't know.
life force. But a destroyer can only live so long, and not just any being can
I mean,
become.
how long can they live?
A god of destruction must by default be one of the strongest, if not the strongest within one's universe, and must be able to compete with destroyers of other universes too. Not only to raise the mortal level, but to sometimes simply just survive. Destroyers can be pitted up against each other for the enjoyment of the Omni King. The loser can often find their universe erased. But finding such candidates to become one is not easy. So we Destroyers have a ritual that we use to create such candidates with overwhelming power, and just enough coldness in their hearts that they could take up the mantle of God of Destruction and perform the heartless tasks that come with the job.
Yeah.
This sounds familiar, like the Tournament of Power. Did Zeno hold similar competitions for the gods also? I remember Whis telling me of 6 universes that were already erased. It couldn't be! But as Vegito momentarily ponders, Belmod recommences. And don't look at me like that, as this ritual is the same one all gods of destruction use. By killing off the family and friends of a candidate while young, we break all the bonds that get in their way. We leave them to grow strong on their own, often seeking power and vengeance to eventually kill whoever slayed their family. Or sometimes they grow strong just from the darkness that fills them afterwards. It's a proven tactic that has worked time and time again. And Jiren, undoubtedly,
It kind of makes sense a
would have
little
become
bit, right?
unsurmountably powerful by the same mechanic. In fact, it is all foretold already by the Oracle Fish beforehand. Every destroyer has access to one, and is given the prime choice for the next candidate using them. What? But on the instant that Vegito hears this, even the cold Saiyan is taken by surprise, as he continues, You monsters! You damn gods really had sick enough minds to come up with something that stupid? Nonsense! I don't believe that for a second. There's no way every god does that. Tell me the truth! But Belmod, who doesn't even show a sign of being unfaithful in his story, just scratches his head with a smile, thinking back as he replies, Huh? The truth? Look, kid, I'm not lying. This is the route all destroyers take, whether you like it or not. It's been this way since the beginning of time. Even I went through the same exact thing. It wasn't my village though. It was my wife, Harley.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I miss that chick. But since you know me by name, I'm going to guess you know the others too. The rat god, Kitella. You know that little annoying midget? He erased a young warrior known as Ganos's entire species while he slept, and then took him in after promising him he'd train him to one day avenge them. He's actually who I was basing my plan on.
Oh, but then you went ahead and
Then
erased them
there's
anyway,
Jiren,
right?
that blockhead with too much power for his own good. Murdered the son of a prodigy known as Gaiba. Cold-blooded thing that honestly birthed a real monster. When the day comes that Gaiba takes up the mantle of Destroyer, I don't know if any of the universes will be safe. And then there's even the laziest of us gods, Beerus. That fool just sleeps and sleeps. Last I heard, he's going to get some lackey known as Frieza to destroy the planet of a powerful fighting race, leaving behind one sole survivor, the Prince, who is said to have not only an exceptional power level,
how's
but
Vegito
also
gonna
the
take
darkness
this?
in his heart to make a fine destroyer. Wait, what did you just say, clown? But now, things have hit the fan with Belmod's last piece of information, as the once completely oblivious Vegito now realizes everything, as he questions more. Beerus was behind Planet Vegeta's destruction? No! No! It can't be!
Whoa.
Instantly causing Vegito to grab onto his skull with both hands as his brain begins to go through a million thoughts and his emotions reach a boiling point that will tip him over in an instant. Vegeta! I was chosen from the very beginning to be the next destroyer! My planet, my father. Beerus is the one who got Frieza to do it? That can't be! Huh? But Belmod, who has no idea why the mystery man before him is acting so erratically, only responds in blissful ignorance. Vegeta? Come to think of it, that might be who he was on about. He said it so long ago. The Oracle Fish him told him well in advance. He's a kid though, so I don't know what you're saying about you being chosen. You may be able to Hakai as you say, but that doesn't make you a destroyer, kid. Belmod, still relaxed, thinking he's done nothing wrong, then closes his eyes and smiles, ignorantly persisting. He probably heard it wrong from the fish knowing that fool though. Those Saiyans in his universe are a bunch of tailed dumb apes.
Yeah.
Nothing like
I mean, he was gonna die anyway, but like this is
If it were me, I would have got rid of them instantly long ago.
This is just not
regardless.
gonna look good.
No universe needs trash like that around. Not a single one of them would ever amount to anything, much less a god. You.
Yeah.
Instantly
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's gonna die anyway, but like
looking
now
at
it's
Belmod.
just
His veins beginning to bulge as he struggles to control his inner rage and need for violence. The planet itself quaking from this inner battle within until... You, Beerus, and all the gods are the same! None of you can remain! As Vegito's anger inevitably then
just charging at him, man, like a vicious dog, man, just charging at him, bro.
And in a flash,
Whoa.
the few Saiyans
None of you can remain!
immediately
Whoa.
choking him as the god can barely say a word. Hey, cut it out! Stop! But soon, the real reason reason for grabbing Belmont's throat comes clear and quickly, as Vegito's left arm indiscriminately begins absorbing every cent of energy from the clown, as Belmod, realizing squirms one last time. What? Stop! Stop! I told you the truth! I told you everything! But just like in Vegito's timeline, Belmod once again doesn't get the opportunity to finish his final sentence in the living world, as his eyes go
Damn, so you
completely
just
blank,
absorb all the
and
energy. Next thing you know, their
dead,
pupils just go
never to
away.
bother the young
Is it
Jiren
just like,
in
is it, do their pupils just go away? Or does it go to the back of their head?
Vegito coldly drops the dead god
Either way, that is
straight
scary, bro. That is scary nonetheless.
as he remains deathly
Yeah, okay.
silent. It's unclear if his rage has subsided or if he is still battling with himself over what he had just found out. But not even a few seconds later, the emotionally charged Saiyan breaks into tears once again.
Vegeta was chosen from the very beginning. And he just found out Beerus ordered Frieza. Before it was just like Beerus like basically just said Frieza could do it. But like now he knows that Beerus ordered Frieza.
But in the end, it all becomes clear, as with a roar that even the Grand Priest and Zeno would hear.
Alright, well now he doesn't feel bad for killing Beerus now, I
Screaming out
guess.
the name of the god that ultimately betrayed him. The name of the god he spent 10 years regretting that he had killed, not knowing all along that same god looked on his entire species as disposable. Huh? What is that? What is this dark energy? As from some distance away, the sudden power-up is immediately sensed by Jiren's master, Jiren. Jiren, stand back and go inside. Something bad has arrived, young warrior. As Jiren then places his arm in front of the scared future Pride Trooper, as if implying he will now go face the monster known as Ultra Vegito.
I don't think that's a good idea. Right? I don't believe that's a good idea. But yeah, there you guys have it. That was the third video in this I don't know, series installment. I don't know how it's called, but it's the third video. I'm just gonna call it 8 out of 10. I liked it. I don't have any problems with it. Belmod got bodied. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.